Hi everyone, welcome to a new era. This is Emma. This is a little bit of a different read here today. It's almost not a read, it's more information. And I was a little bit like on the fence whether I should post this or not. I just feel like there's so many people that I'm interacting with right now that needs extra help, that needs extra guidance, that like are just wondering what the heck is up. And you can see like I'm like really puffy in my face today. I'm like having these bags under my eyes. I feel puffy overall in my entire body. I've changed patterns in my body. There's a disruption in my sleep pattern. There's a lot of things going on. Do you see that it even reacts as I'm pushing that? It's just crazy. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys today about the 1111 portal that is happening just in a couple of days. I also want to talk about this blue light, a blue surge that has been coming to this planet for some time. There's an Orion constellation connection, the Sirian connection, the blue light beings, and a little bit of Pleiades. I feel a little bit of Pleiadian Taurus. It's all there in the same vibe and the same place in the ethers, if you will. Yeah, and this is not going to resonate for everyone. And I even thought about like, should I post this on the other channel, which is more in alignment with this kind of stuff, if I ever start that up. But I figure no, like if I can help a couple of hundred people here, then I want to do that. So I just want to say the information that I've got, and I mean, there's so much information out there and there's lots of people saying lots of things all the time, is how I feel. And a lot of the time it's sort of just goes over my head. It doesn't hit me anywhere. I don't resonate with it. It doesn't feel truthful to me. So obviously you have to do the same. Like whatever I'm saying here, does it feel truthful to you? And even if it's, it doesn't hit home right now, it might hit home later, or you might not sit well with it in this very moment, but in 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years, you will. Or you won't, and that's fine as well, because it might just not be your journey. What I find this time, and I always check in with myself, like I check in with my guides, my inner being, like what's up with this. And the thing is, I've been listening. I have a really strong connection to the Orion constellation, the Orion. I don't know how to explain this, but they're calling themselves the Orion portal. And that's just a thing for me. It's not even beings. It's just an energy field. I'm not going to get into that now, but I'm very connected to the Orion energy. And I know the Orions has been sort of the black sheep. They've been taking a lot of literal shit for like just being who they are. And in my opinion, in my eyes, in my reference to them, they're nothing like it. They're no baddies at all. They're just really, really beautiful and informational and wise and sharp and funny as heck. I see a resemblance there. Okay, sorry for sounding. I'm gonna just leave that. Okay. So I checked in with them and I was like, what's up with this blue light? What is going on? What is going on here? I mean, do you see, guys? I have like these flushes. It's like red and it's like, okay. And I'm given a green light for the blue lights. Like I'm given a thumbs up. I'm given like, this is real. This is going on. This is happening. And the thing is, I was attracted to, and a shout out to this wonderful astrologer, which is probably the only person that I listen to on YouTube talking about astrology. When I listen to anything about astrology, that's where I go. And her channel is just Pam Gregory. I just adore her. I just think that she's super lovely. And I trust her. I feel a connection with her. I feel resonance with her. So Pam Gregory, if you want to check her out, is where I found this Nancy Rebecca So this Nancy Rebecca, and so first I got all this information about 1111. 1111 seemed to be like in the smack middle of something, and I thought this something was like maybe it's between portals. Is that what they were talking about? Like 8-8 portal felt really important, and then I was like 1111 seems to like have some sort of connection there. I still think it does. But it just felt like in the smack middle of something. And I was like, in the middle of what? And now, as I'm guided back to Pam's site, I was like, I'm not really drawn to anything. I know there's a lot of like eclipses and all that, but like I haven't really felt drawn to her channel like lately. And then just the other day, I was like, I should check her channel out. And there was this person, Nancy Rebecca, and she was talking about the blue light beings, how she was visited by these blue light beings, and it immediately just hit me. Like it just resonated with me, and I'm just such a blue being myself. I so resonate with the blue, with the Orions and the Sirian star, the blue star, which is a sort of I shouldn't point that way. Well, it depends on where you're at. If I'm Orion, if I'm like Orion, I'm looking at you, I'm having Sirius to my left. The blue star is Sirius to my left, and I have the Taurus constellation in between, and then I have the Pleiadian constellation to my right. But if I'm looking at the star constellation, like if I'm looking at it like this, I have Orion, the Orion's belt, the Orion constellation right in front of me, and then it shoots out to the, am I saying this correctly? It doesn't really matter, but like we have the Orion belt in the middle, and then Sirian star is like right next to it, and then Taurus and the Pleiades. So it's a little bit like a compound. I'd say I shouldn't talk about, like, I'm no astrologer, so I don't know more of it than where it's at and my connection to the Orions and the blue. Just the blue energy overall. I feel a little bit Sirius, I feel a little bit Pleiadian, but not really, but blue. And Nancy Rebecca, and I post a link to that, you can go check it out yourself if you want to dive deeper into it. I checked in with my Orion guide saying like, okay, so is this real? Like, is this really going on? Like what is happening? And I'm giving the thumbs up. I actually pulled a couple of cards for this reading. It just seems to be like an overall, there's a dolphin connection, and Nancy Rebecca was talking about this, and I was like, I'm personally not so much into either the dolphins or the mermaids or the unicorns. Like that is still sort of, I understand that dolphins are swimming in the sea. I've seen them, but like I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea. I have my own right here. It's not what I like. I'm Orion. I'm 100% Orion. Like that's what I'm about. And I know other people like really are about other things, and she's talking about this connection to these other things. And when I pull this card, there's a connection to the dolphin realm, and maybe it is. And I just see this really beautiful blue. If we can please focus. Well, she's holding this entire earth, and it's blue. It's blue greenish. It's turquoise, and I just see this connection with just both the heaven and the sea. Like the water is really important here. Nancy's not talking too much about that, but I feel the real connection with water. And if you've had a personal reading with me, you know how annoying I am about like, please drink your water. And then I get the improvement of health, like an upgrade to your DNA. There's an upgrade to your DNA. And this blue light, according to Nancy, I'm not given these dates. Nancy has given me these dates, and I've checked in with Orion, and I'm giving a thumbs up, like this is real. And she's talking about this blue light has been coming to the planet from first time the 19th of November 2019. So maybe check in a little bit with yourself, like what has been going on like around, I'm thinking for myself now, I'm just thinking of more things that I didn't think about the other day. It's like, Jesus Christ. Things that has been going on right around that time has looked really... So let me just explain. When this light has entered the earth plane, it hasn't caused all beauty and grace and calm. It has rather caused chaos and conflict, and what has been hidden is starting to be seen. What has been untruthful will start to be, like, we're starting to tell the truth, right? And the first surge of this blue light happened on the 19th of November in 2019, and then it happened on the 19th of November 2021. And now we're in the smack middle of this surge happening as we speak, according to Nancy and her guides anyway, and according to my thumbs up about it. It has already happened on the 4th of November, which was last weekend from when I'm recording this. And then it's happening, let me just be clear. Then it's happening on the 18th. So we're skipping one weekend, which is interesting because it's almost like they knew, okay, so we're not going to mess with the portal because we have the 4th, and then we have the portal, and then we're going back to the blue light. So we have, like, on the 4th, we had the blue light surge, and then on the 11/11, we have the portal, and then again, there's a new blue light surge on the 18th of November, and then again, the next weekend after that, on the 25th of November. I think we have the 24th of November is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. In the Americas. I don't know how many planets, I was going to say, how many countries are celebrating Thanksgiving. We don't have that here in Sweden. We're always grateful and thankful. I'm just kidding. So those, I would really look into those. I would really be with those dates. And so we have already had the 4th. We will have the portal on the 11/11, and then we have the 18th of November, and then the 25th of November, with this blue light coming in. And I have to be honest, I haven't done the meditation myself. Nancy is offering a free, I think it's 2, I saw that it was 2 meditations to prepare for this light for your body. And I might do them, I might not. As of yet, I haven't, and please decide for yourself. Please decide if this message is even for you. And decide if those meditations, so they seem to be guided. And I am always very, very careful to what I allow into my energy sphere and energy field. And so I might just continue to do my own little meditation and just sit with what I know and what wants to come through. But I'm for sure tuning into this blue light. I'm for sure tuning into this 11/11 portal that is happening in just 2 days. And why I want to say this, why I want to speak about it, is that because I have felt now that there's a lot of people understanding that something's up. Something is going on, because they might have these so-called Ascension symptoms, or think of it as a lightning has just been running through your body. Things are going to get elevated. It's almost like growing pains, or it's almost like when things get a little bit heated, like when I do healing work. That's also, sorry for being a little bit all over the place. That's the thing. I've mostly done healing work lately only to just balance people out and balance them up, to feel some sort of connection and groundedness and what the heck. And what I do there is I invite people to a higher light, to a higher place energy-wise. And it's the same thing what's happening with this blue light. Whatever doesn't fit that high vibrational state has to sort of drop. It has to let go. And that can impact, right now, if you're being elevated, if you're feeling this, you might not feel I felt a blue light here today. But you might feel like something's up. You might feel like you all of a sudden are making different choices for yourself. All of a sudden you can't stay. You could stay for the longest time. You could force to stay for the longest time in certain positions, but all of a sudden you just can't stay in a certain relationship anymore, a certain job situation anymore, a certain friendship anymore. It's like you're done. And that can be like an overnight feeling. And that can cause a lot of emotional stress. It's like, what's up? Like, what's happening? I have felt, and you know this, I've asked, like, should I do this anymore? Like, what's happening here? A little bit of directionlessness. Like, where to go? And like the thing is, if you feel the same thing, like you're a little bit like you don't know where to go, like the direction is not very clear. It might be clearer than it has ever been because you don't put up with things anymore. But yet it's like, but where am I going? You're not going anywhere right this moment because you just need to integrate, ground. And you know, this is the time to get the sleep in, but I understand if this is one of the symptoms or a couple of symptoms here that are written down is when this is going on and when this has this effect on the body, you can feel fatigue, you can feel nauseous, you can feel hungry, almost like having cravings. And as of right now, obviously you do whatever you feel is best for your body and for yourself. But right now, I wouldn't work against those cravings. I would really listen to them because one of the things that food does is ground you. It literally grounds the cells in your body. You become more balanced. Like maybe until November's done, I wouldn't go on a cleanse or I wouldn't go on these, which is very popular these days. I can't even find the word. And that's another thing. Feeling like you're all of a sudden like, you're losing words, you're losing memory, you're losing, like you just had a thought and then it's like, I just had it. Where did it go? Fasta. Okay, I'm not going to think of the English word, but fasta in Swedish. Like when you skip food and you just drink. Or you skip food and drink altogether because you sort of just want to give the body a break. This might not be the best time to do that. It might be the best time, like listen to your body, what it needs. Because you need to ground yourself right now. Get sleep, get that food, ground yourself, get out in nature, all those things. Okay, another couple of symptoms. Insomnia, like just disruptive sleeping patterns. Headaches, ringing in your ears. And even a change of so I've had this, even a change in your menstrual cycle. You might have been like on the clock since birth, because sometimes it feels like you had this freaking thing since birth. And all of a sudden, your menstrual cycle, obviously check in with your doctor or your gynecologist, whatever, if you feel worried, like what's up. Probably they won't find anything, and then you can address it to this. Okay, so there's something going on with Earth's biological clock. Something is shifting and it affects our bodies right now to the point that it's actually affecting the menstrual cycle. Yeah, those were a couple of those things. And a couple of things to then balance that out. Do healing work, do meditation, get out in nature, ground yourself. If you're living in a place like right now, it's not really pleasurable to go outside and put your feet on the ground. That is the greatest, fastest way to just really, but you can go swimming, you can bathe in a bathtub indoors, you can stand in a shower, drink water. And, when I work with people sometimes they say, can I put some, they have all these things that they want to put in the water. I was like, no, you cannot. Can I at least have like bubbles in the water? No, not that either. You're just plain water, tap water preferably, so there's no chemicals in it, and maybe not even plastic water. Like that's gonna mess with a lot of people, but just water for the body. Okay. What else here? What is this blue light? What is this what is this thing? And I think Nancy talked a little bit about it, but I just wanted to check in with myself. And so I got what I said, like a communication, like the communication with your guides, with your heritage, whether that's ancestor connection or whether that is like planetary connection, like your communication with sort of where you came from is going to start to become very much more clear, and information can start to come. If you're interested in the spiritual growth and all of that, that's probably going to be highlighted a lot right now. And like I said, the improvement of health, because you're upgrading your DNA, and as you're upgrading yourself and as you go higher and higher into this light, more and more of the health issues is just going to disappear. And then for the best of yourself, try to let it go. Because if you've identified a lot with a couple of illnesses or sickness or like whatever, that is not who you are anymore. You're stepping into something new. And then as a result of this, like I pulled another card, which was the truth card. And I felt a lot of like, okay, so, and I believe Nancy was talking about that as well. Like the main thing for her was that, okay, I'm going to butcher it, but check it out yourself if you want to. But like mainly what has been hidden will come to the surface. Like the truth will be revealed. Something like that along those lines. And I get the truth card when I sit with when I sat here today with this energy, like what comes out here. And I get the truth card, and it's very much like, okay, stepping through a portal, stepping into this blue. We're met with this blue energy. You have a choice to enter into it, and you have a choice to say, no, thank you. If you're listening to this, if you're drawn to this, you probably already are a yes. It probably is already happening, and you are wondering what the heck is up. And if you're one of those people that doesn't have any growing pains or doesn't have any, like, why doesn't it always have to be so hard? Like, why does it have to mess so much with us? Well, I think sometimes because if I work with people and they haven't really felt anything, which is it's the best description of when someone's really in alignment with what I'm doing, really in alignment. So you barely feel a thing. And then like a lot of people go like, I don't think that much happened. I think it did. It's just that you're so much in alignment with it. So sometimes it feels like we need to have those pains, or we need to have issues with things to even know that something's up. It's just sort of in our nature to have things happen so we know things are going on, if that makes sense. And then, so there's a lot about like the truth will be revealed. I've lately really started to recommend to other people. I've done this for the past like maybe just 1 or 2 years, to really be in alignment with everything that I am, meaning what I feel, what I think, and what I say is in alignment. Even though it might like be a little bit nerve-wracking saying something to a person that feels socially wrong, or it feels like that could really mess with something, or like to just be honest. And the more honest I've dared to be, the more pure and honesty I've started to get back. I was just literally telling this to a person just yesterday, that like in the beginning, when I started to like really speak my truth, meaning being in alignment, thought, feeling, thought, and word, and that comes from Matthias De Stefano, really inspired me to like, okay, I'm just not gonna beat around the bush anymore. I'm just really gonna be straightforward with everything that I am. And in the beginning, being straightforward felt sometimes embarrassing, because it made me like show up in a different way, in a different light. It was sometimes feeling guilty for speaking my truth, because that could offend someone else. And what I noticed, what the reaction then was, some of that back, it was a little bit messy feedback, because I was giving a little bit of a messy pure alignment. Is it pure? Is it not? It's like being almost pregnant. Are you pregnant or are you not? A little bit pregnant. And now it feels like lately I've been better at just speak. It doesn't mean that you have to walk around being a bitch, or it doesn't mean that you have to like hurt people. If you feel in certain instances that you can't speak this out loud, it's a choice to just be quiet. I mean, when you're choosing to open your mouth and what is coming out of your mouth doesn't match your thought. Just doesn't match it. You think something and you say something else. It would be so fun to see you next week. No, it wouldn't. Yeah, I would. It would be lovely. Give me a call. I don't want that call. Instead, you can say, you know what? I hear you, and that's so nice of you. Like, that's so beautiful. I just feel in my life right now, I'm not in a position to see people. And when there's no leakage in that energy, it just comes off like very, like, and then I'm starting to now be met with, do you know what? Me too. Like, it's almost like a social thing you say, like, let's meet. And everyone thinks, no, let's not. Like, if it's just a random person that you're running into, obviously, but it's just even those things. If you start to practice those things, to just be clear, be honest. So truth, that's going to help you to balance your whole system so much. And it's almost going to be, you probably have already felt this. It's so hard to be in an environment, or so hard to be like involved in some sort of situation that is just not honest. If it's just a little bit murky, like you don't want to be in it anymore. And you pick up on the smallest, like, that's not truthful. Something's off there. And other people might not even notice that that's what they're doing themselves, right? The other card that I'm getting is power. And again, it's a little bit like this person is coming, like either the lion is coming out, or either like the master is coming out. Like it's still the same feeling of a little bit of a reveal. But like this blue light is an intelligence that is helping you expand your own being. It's upgrading the DNA. It's helping you expand sort of what you already are. And I'm very much on Nancy, what was her face? Nancy Rebecca's, I'm very much with her on the whole, we're not going anywhere. I know there's a big thing about like we're ascending to 5D. And in my opinion, with my guide's opinion, and also with Nancy, I was like, that's refreshing. I'm feeling quite lonely usually about that we're not going into a 5D. We're mastering 3D. We're mastering 3D, and that feels really, really beautiful. If you're going to master 5D, you have to leave your body. That's my knowing anyway, but that's not the point here today. The point here is to expand. The point here is if you feel crazy right now, or if you feel like, what the heck is happening in my life? Why do I want to change a whole bunch of things? Why is everything crumbling down? Why, we see it on the outside of the planet. I'm not trying anything. I'm not watching any news. I haven't been watching news for many, many years. But obviously you hear things and you understand that there are wars everywhere right now, and things are coming to the surface, and it's like a little bit of a break it or make it situation. And I hope it break it, because there's going to be new things coming out of that. And you're not crazy, and it's just this thing that's going to come in that you can sit and meditate on. You can say, I want to be in accordance with this blue light, or I want to be in accordance with the highest light possible out there. If you don't resonate with this blue thing, use this 1111 portal as a way to step through, to be even more truthful, to sort of just have the best of the best for yourself and others, and allow the body to change. Like if I were to really listen to the body, I probably would be asleep right now, because I seem to have so much energy at night. I'm like up and thinking about so many things. It's like my best time right now. And then still you sort of have to function during the day. I guess you don't have to, but I'm choosing to have to. I'm sending off my boy to daycare. I'm amazed that I'm touching my face and it reacts. I'm very reactive right now. And I felt reactive in my emotions. I really had to put like, I was like, Emma, you need a couple of extra meditations here, because things are sort of running over onto my little boy. The other day I was like snapping at him. I was like, what's up? I'm reactive. And so if there's so much going on for the system already, you need to find a way to like calm that down and find balance within that more now than ever. These are not the days to, usually I can have my clock, I have my watch on. And just yesterday I had to take it off because I was reacting to it. Like usually I can't have it. I have to just have really boring, just plain pure stuff in my ears, or I will react to it. You see, I have nothing on usually. Obviously I have more stuff when I don't do the readings, because it doesn't mess with the cards, because I don't have the cards with me all the time. I do. Okay. Sorry. Okay. However, it's reactive time, and so I just realized just yesterday how normally I can have the watch these days, and yesterday I had to take it off because I had a big red reaction to it. So you might be more reactive to all the things, foods, people, things you see, things you like. Just keep track of yourself and do something about it. Just don't let yourself run amok. Okay? I think that's it. I mean, what I want to bring to you is that we're headed towards something extraordinary. You're going to expand your psychic abilities. You're going to expand your person, like your divinity. And I'm really excited for it. Like, I've been waiting for some time to sort of come into my own right, to sort of be where a lot of other people have been ready and have been sort of in alignment with what they're doing. It feels like a lot of the times I've felt out of alignment with what I'm doing. Like I'm not sort of fitting the time, if that makes sense. And now it starts to feel like I'm fitting the time, like the timing, the things that I know that I can sort of bring to the table is now finally starting to make sense. Okay, I'm just going to pull just a couple of cards here to see if there's anything extra that they want to give us about the situation, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Throat chakra and wisdom. Throat and 5-5. 5-5. Okay, so 5 is all about challenges, getting through these challenging times. And 5 also represents change. It's a change coming. We're undergoing the change. We are stepping into wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom to be found here. And the throat chakra, it's like all I'm talking about. Be truthful. We're stepping into the ultimate truth. All illusions will fall away. Everything that you have tricked yourself into believing about yourself and about others and about the planet, and it's almost like this. It's almost like putting on wise glasses and realizing what the heck is going on with this change, with this shift. Okay? It's really fitting. And 5-5. Great opportunity for change, but a challenge to get there. This is just spiritual growing pains. You can call them spiritual growing pains. Okay, I hope that that's helpful for someone. I just want to sort of give a extra hug and a little bit of a lending hand. If you're interested in balancing your energy, I do that healing work. I will sort of take on, I need to sort of be in my sane body a little bit. The thing is, when I do this healing work, it's actually the only place where I really feel sane and really feel balanced, because I'm putting myself in the same position. But I need to be somewhat there or in the vicinity of that energy to even be able to bring another person there, if that makes sense. So please contact me if you're interested in those balancing healing sessions right now. I'm not taking on as many as I usually do, because I need to just have this be under control for myself first, okay? Stay calm, stay centered. Know that you are, who's listening to this, probably is the light and the stability for others right now. Because you can. Because at some stage in whenever, you decided that you could. But you also have the right to freak out, break down, have a moment, go to bed in the middle of the day, ground yourself, eat chocolate if you feel more grounded by it, you know. Maybe try to stay away a little bit from the sugar because the sugar is spiraling a little bit. So yeah, you know what to do. Take care, guys.